Okay, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm gonna get this right, y'all. I gotta get this right because I cannot half step on this. I really take this serious. So for you, those of you who don't know, I just tried to go live and I was on my MacBook, but I couldn't bring my wife in, and she's standing by, waiting to come in. She was, I don't know if she still is. So, so I ended that live and I came back with this live. So once she comes up, I'll bring her in. But welcome to the next episode of once again Chopping It with the Walkers. I'm finna text her and just to let her know that I'm live again. But yeah, it's definitely been a lot going on, and I'm not gonna say that no more. But God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the grace, the mercy, and the protection over our lives and everybody connected to us. I don't really have a lot to talk about, y'all. To be totally honest and transparent, um, I've been, I'm working. I'm back on the road, and they changed the model. They changed the way that we do it, so I'm on the road a lot more again. They say two steps forward. I mean, one step forward, two steps back. Um, they shrinking the project, making it a lot more smaller and a lot more less people, but they still right now require us to be on the road. Um, hold on. They road and to be completely transparent, it's messing my mental. In the beginning, I was cool and it didn't bother me as bad, but now it's to the point where it's like, yeah, I just want to be at home. I don't mind traveling some. I love traveling. I enjoy it. But to always be gone, always be on the road, and always living out your suitcase, or even if you're hanging stuff in the closet, to be, just traveling all the time, and hotel to hotel. I've been here for a little minute, couple weeks, so this one ain't as bad, but it's just starting to really, wear on me. And especially as the older I get and my kids and my grandkids, I really want to see them. I really want to be around them because it doesn't really, certain things happen, you realize what's important. And I know that spending time with my family is important to me. Um, and being able to do things with my family, see my family is important to me. Money, yes, you need it. Money's a tool. You need that tool. But after a while, if you have that tool and you're, not able to, um, after a while, if you have that tool and, baby, are you there? Baby, hello? Because I can hear you.
Yeah, but I can't see myself.
I can't see you. It says joining, but um, it just
And I
says
can
joining.
barely hear you.
Wait a minute, bring them in. Once again, can you hear me now?
I mean, the volume is still the same. It's low. But that ain't the problem right now. The problem is I can't even see myself. And it's got you're like the screen split. Like there should be somebody else.
Yeah, it says joining, but it's not allowing me. And we got
Maybe you need
audio,
to
just
take your
no video.
AirPods out.
I took my AirPod. I just put them in just a second ago when you said you couldn't hear me. I'll take it out.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's fine. Like you said, you don't like this style anyway, so we don't want to spend the whole time trying to figure it out.
Yeah, just talk to you. I'll try again. I'll request it.
Okay, I'm gonna remove
I'm gonna
this
go
one.
out.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all. We're trying to get it together. You can do trial runs, but you can't do a trial run live. I guess to you, and then it don't mean it's not gonna work because we've done this so many times before. But as I was saying before, me and my wife was having those technical difficulties. After a while, you kind of start to realize that, you know, money is a tool and money's great, but it's not everything. Um, you can't take it with you. Um, and we do. Hey, Coach Ribbit. You can't take money with you. But you do need it as a tool. You know, it provides certain lifestyle, and I appreciate it. And I don't really want nobody to think that um, I'm being ungrateful. I really don't want God to think I'm being ungrateful. I don't want to speak against because I pray for this. They say be careful what you pray for. You know what I'm saying? And be precise when you pray for something because you never know. You might get it. And then I got this, I started doing this job 8 years ago. And for the past really 2 years, I've been kind of not having the same feelings about it. Um, like I said, I'm constantly gone. I'm constantly on the move. I'm not off. Like I'm responsible from January to when the project starts to November when they shut the project down for the holidays, 7 days a week. And even if I'm at home, no matter where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, you kind of always on call. It's because you got people that's in the field. So even if I'm not in the field, have other people in the field, have operators in the field that I'm responsible for, that I have to account for. And when stuff go on with them, I have to, account for that. You know what I'm saying? I have to write reports on make sure everybody's straight. Because the number one thing is people health, their safety. But yeah, it's definitely been a toll. So like I said, be careful what you pray for. But I just feel like God now is moving me to do something different, to move in a different manner. But I prayed for this, so now it's like, okay, I have to be vigilant and be mindful what I'm praying for now on my next step in this in journey in my life. To make sure that I can still provide. I still want to be able to provide a good life for my family. I still want to be able to do things. Me and my wife love eat out. We love to eat out. We love restaurants. We love nice food. Um, we love to, go on trips together. And don't get it twisted. My wife joins me sometimes in the field, but this time she ain't been up here. One, it's been cold. She's not good with the cold. Two, she just can't always you know, drop what she has going on and come up here and if any of y'all know flights and gas is expensive. It is real expensive. So you have to I have to be mindful of all that stuff. And like I said, I still want to be able to provide a good life for me and my family. But I want to be able to actually enjoy my time and have more control over what I'm doing and how I'm spending my time. Um, you get to a certain age, we've been grinding for years. I've been at it since I got my first job when I was 15. And since I was 15, I made a not work for 2 years. And not 2 years like consistently, but just 2 years. I may have been out of work and I still had some type of job or some type of hustle. I was doing something. But I've never just did it. And it's like I'll be 50 in a couple months. And I know, everybody's it's people out there got it worse than me. So I'm not singing this woe me story. It's just what I think about, my thoughts and what my mind is right now. And I really do feel like God is calling me into a different space because it starts to feel uncomfortable. I start to not like it. I start to any little thing starts to irk me. You know what I'm saying? Anything normally stuff that wouldn't bother me is starting to bother me now. So I know when those things happen, it's God also speaking because sometimes I'll stay somewhere just because it's comfortable. I won't necessarily move. You get in somewhere, you find that pocket, that little pocket, and you comfortable in that pocket, and you want to stay there because you want to stay comfortable. But like my wife said, it don't then grow. It's not comfortable. Nothing grow in comfort even if you have growing pains, which I didn't have many growing pains because I ain't that tall. But even if you have growing pain, when you have growing pains, it's uncomfortable. But when you get to that height, you know what I'm saying, then you like, all right, that's what it was about. Same thing in life. It's time to make a transition, sometimes you go through those growing pains, and God is trying to make you move. You know what I'm saying? God is trying to grow you, He's trying to stretch you. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes He's trying to mold you into what you need to be at that next level. Like he may be now, I may it I'm pretty sure it's a lot of lessons for me to learn in this space that I'm in now that he's trying to get me to realize and get me to get me to learn, and that way my lessons in this level is stuff I need to know on that level, because I don't want him to give me some or bless me something, I should say, or the opportunity, and I'm not ready for it because I didn't learn anything when I was in this level. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lesson too that I have to remember. You know what I'm saying? um God has done so much in my life. I have to remember he showed me so much favor in my life. Not me, not just me, my family. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's something that happened, and I'm not gonna speak on it, and I don't want to talk too much about it because it may bring tears to my eyes. But he has spared us. He chose to spare my family, and I thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? So I know God is real. I know God is a loving God. I know he's a forgiving God, and I thank him for it every day. I fall to my knees. Not I ain't say I get on my knees every day, but I thank him for it all the time, because he chose to spare me and my loved ones when it could have been the other way. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's really taking a toll on me. You know, when you get those phone calls, something going on at home, and you 8 hours away. You know what I'm saying? Um, Thank you, Brad. You get those phone calls and you 8 hours away. You trying, or you want to leave, you want to go, but you have to think about work. You know what I'm saying? Or you may have something going on with work, so you can't necessarily leave right then. And you on the phone till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and then you still got to get up and go to work because nobody wants to hear, oh, something happened at home, unless it's something severe. You know, nobody's they're not that heartless, but my me showing up is part of other people's livelihood. So even though I may have something going on that had me up through the night, I still had to get up and make sure that my people were able to, go out and go to work and make their living. So I know I'm going like real all around just to talk about God and the position he's put me in. I was trying to stall to be honest to see if my wife could come in, but like I said, Facebook is not being good to us. Technology is not being good to us. Hey, Alina. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mr. George. And if everybody's on, I appreciate y'all. If y'all give me a couple of likes, some thumbs up, just to let me know you on. My wife's gonna get me. Let me say this. Send me stars if you can. I'm growing this page, y'all. This is what I'm trying. This is one of the steps that I'm trying to do. Facebook Live, YouTube. I'm trying to grow. I'm gonna quit saying trying. Gonna grow in those spaces. But back to what I was saying, that gives me more opportunity to control more of my destiny, more of my family's generational wealth. If I could be the one in our family to do that, me and my wife, if we could be the chosen ones in our family to do that, that's what it needs to be. I can't love you too, Mark. I can't just sit here and not hey Aunt Lena. I can't just sit here and just sit on my hands. Hold on. Yes, Mr. George. That's my father-in-law. Yeah, I know he got me. Babe, I just hit the request. It says adding. It says joining. Now I can't even hear you. I did hear you typing earlier. If you can't join, baby, it's fine. I appreciate you giving it a try, trying to make it happen. Yeah, it's fine, baby. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, it's not. Now I can't even take it off. There you go. It's fine, baby. I actually lost my train of thought. But back to what I was saying, God shows to spare, my family. So I thank him for that. And I do have to learn to grow and see what lessons I have to get out of this. I called my wife yesterday. Had an issue going on and with work, and I didn't like one, and I don't know if it's I have an issue with that. Somebody need to figure out. I don't like people talking to me a certain type of way. That bothers me, and I'm bad about being passionate myself. Some people just passionate. They talk aggressive. I get that, but certain people say certain things and it ticks me off, and then I have a problem when people cut me off when I'm talking. My homeboy Kevin said, my wife said too, sometimes I pause in between when I'm some of my sentences because I'm trying to get my thoughts together. And I have to be mindful of that because sometimes I pause and people think um nobody can lead you more than your heart. If you are with Christ, he will get you with an eagle. Thank you, Coach Ribbit. That's true. That is so true. Um Sometimes I'll be trying to get my thoughts together, so I'll pause, and sometimes I have to remember that because maybe they thought I was finished speaking, but the man cut me off, and I told him, I said, I wasn't through talking. And our conversation, it started here, but I think both of us got kind of upset, and we both had to bring our tone down just to remember we're on a professional call. But we both was neither one of us was happy we got the phone. I know they say that's the art of negotiation, to neither one of you be happy when you get off the phone or get done. But I want to see that man. I really want to go see that man. Mind you, that man, that's not a good thing. But he had me upset because I am passionate about when I'm in something, that's one thing. I'm in it, I'm in it. If I'm with you, I'm with you. If I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. Now when I'm done with you, I'm done with you too. It's a wrap. But as far as my teammate, the people who depend on me, I have to be they advocate. I have to be able to speak for them and know what their needs are. Even sometimes before they know what their needs are. They may not know they need something, but I know it. Um, so um I'm bad for that. It's me though, my bad. No, but I have to know what their needs are. So I was speaking to him about what my team needs were. And okay, I'm gonna give you the scenario. Just to give you an example. I had this argument because we're in a hotel and it has a full kitchen. I'm not gonna turn around and show everything, but it has a full kitchen. It's seldom to find hotels, especially because we have a budget. Now I'm supposed to be able to pick my hotel on a person or the other person's children. Best person I know other than my children, my work. Oh, appreciate them, Mark. I'm supposed to be able to pick out hotels as long as it's in budget. They give me a budget. I know the location where my team needs to be, and I'm supposed to be able to pick my hotel, and I picked the hotel. Everybody's happy. Everybody's cool. We have a full kitchen. We can go to the grocery store, buy food. We can cook. We have an oven because some of them have just a stove top, but this has a full oven over there. Has a full kitchen, everything you need. And the man's telling me, well, because I have Chicago Child extension, he's gonna tell me, well, I can make you move. And I'm like, how you gonna make me move when I followed all the parameters? Well, you don't know all the parameters. And some well, it's more to it. He was like, okay, to be honest, he told me he don't have to. I said, you need to give me a reason why you're telling me I can't extend on the 15th. He said, I don't have to give you a reason. Now, mind you, this is not my supervisor. This is not my manager. This is not my project manager. This is not my regional manager. This is not nobody over me. This is somebody who books my hotels, and he's talking to me like I'm his subordinate. I'm his employee. I'm sorry, and that just was not. That's not a good thing. And my wife, I called her and I was upset, but I was more upset. I wasn't the loud upset. I was the quiet upset. And she was telling me what I need to hear, but in that moment I didn't want to hear that. I really want to see dude. And when I get to that level, I'm like, okay, I need to hang up because as much as I say about my job and I need to elevate, I don't need to lose my job, especially in that fashion. I want to leave on my own terms, not them saying, oh, well, you did this or you said that, and that's not, we don't allow that. So you have to leave. And it's on my, and I have to, and that follows me to wherever, if I get another job, pray that I work for myself from this job on, from after I leave here, Walford and Legacy Productions, Walford and Williams, all that. That's what I want to work for. But anyway, I don't want that to still be on my resume and that blemish on my name. Period. That I can't be professional because you still have to conduct yourself as a professional regardless. And eh, I left that conversation still upset. Especially I know I followed the parameters that I was told. You know what I'm saying? People integrity goes a long way. So if my project manager told me these are the parameters, that's his word, and you tell me is that's not the way it is, and you just not saying you just somebody who booked my hotels because it's a job and it's an important job, but you're not telling me what I can and can't do. That's the part that bothered me more so. He felt like he had the audacity, and I ain't saying the word I want to say, to tell me me and my team is gonna do. Okay, say less. You know what I'm saying? Say less. You know, but yeah, it had me heated. But my wife in that moment, she was like, take this as a learning lesson. Guys, God is testing you. You know what I'm saying? God is testing you. And sometimes I'm not gonna say I failed because I didn't cuss him out. I didn't really go where I wanted to go, but it bothered me too much. I took it too much. I took it too personal. Um, and I took it personal because, I have to be an advocate for my team members, from people that depend on me. So I take that personal when I know they're comfortable. We A lot of times, a lot of these people, I come on back and forth. A lot of these people on the road like 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 months out the year. So you want to make them as comfortable as possible. And $10, and they want to get us a room that's $10 a night cheaper. To me, it's not worth sacrificing our comfort. And when I say our comfort, it's not like it's the worst hotel, but it doesn't have a kitchen. So that means people have to eat out every night. And with the economy the way it is, and all that. We get per diem, but who wants to spend their per diem every day on food? No, you want to try to put up as much money as you can. Nobody's out here for their health. And a lot of times I feel like that's what the disconnect is between he ain't even management. I like to say something. This man ain't even management. This guy is our procurement team. He books our hotels. But a lot of times what the disconnect is between management and operations on the ground. They just deal with numbers and we have to deal with people. And we dealing with people, I feel like sometimes money shouldn't be the first option. Money should be the first go to. It should be, are the people comfortable? What can we do to make the people comfortable? Okay, this is gonna cost us $10 more. We're gonna let them stay here just so they can have full kitchens. So anyway, that was definitely an experience yesterday. But like I said, it was more so my wife said a test, and in the moment, like I said, I ain't what I want to hear. I didn't know I didn't want her to hear anything. I just had to vent to somebody. But at that moment, she was saying, "Well, it's a test, and you know how they are, and I don't know why you still." I ain't want to hear that. I don't. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna say this, and God knows He knows. I don't give a damn how they are. It's not right. I really just don't give more than a damn. I'm gonna leave it alone. God's still working on me. I'm still me, but I don't give more than a damn. I really just give two less than the other words because it's not right, and that's not what we said. This guy evaluates you as a professional. Get him, talk to your boss, and that. I actually did go to my project manager coach, and he said the guy gave him problems too. I'm like, but you're over the project. This man, it's two different departments. He baby said that's not what I said. Well, you know how I do. But wait a minute, Coach Ribbit. So it's two different departments. You have what you call procurement, people that book like handle reservations, but not just for my project. They handle project reservation worldwide and projects all over the globe. And she said, I wish I could get on this live. And they handle projects all over the globe. And then you have he's over here with me. So this my project manager is letting this man tell him what I'm gonna do. That's what I didn't like. That I didn't, and well, he's not. Yeah, I'm gonna push it to the end. I'm gonna take it to the end. I'm gonna take it to the door. I've never told you to accept the type of behavior from anyone. I didn't say you told me to accept it. Well, if I did say that, baby, that's not what I meant. But you said you know how they are. I don't know why you still let it bother you. Is that better? Is that what you said? Please put in the comments. Is that what you said? I never will tell you. I'll never tell you to accept it. I didn't say. I didn't mean to say if I did say. You said accept it, but you said I don't know why you still let them people bother you. If I'm not mistaken, but in the moment, I probably heard that because I was heated. I was mad, but I wasn't mad. I was over the mad part. I done hit over that valley. I got quiet. And when I get quiet, I want to see you. That's why I was there. I want to see you because I want to know who you talking to. I want you to look me eyeball to eyeball. I don't care if you're tall, shorter, wider, skinny. I want you to look me in my eyes and tell me who you talking to. That's what I want to say to him. That's what I wanted to do. And that's not professional. It's not at all. And I know that. I know that. I've been in this work for some years, and you know, I say I got out of character one or two times, and those moments I'm not proud of, but it does happen. But once again, the Lord watch out the children and fools. I've been fools of quite a few times, and God still gave me grace and gave me, let me continue to have a job. And at that point, I loved my job. In the beginning, I loved doing what I was doing. I hated being away from my family, but I loved it. I've been to so many different places. I've been to 46 out of 50 states. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Canada. I was in Mexico for 2 weeks. I've been to a lot of places. I'm sorry you have to. I'm sorry you have this glitch to deal with. You'll survive. I'm here if you need me. I appreciate it, Coach Ribbon. It's not bad. A lot of people, I appreciate that. A lot of people got it a lot worse than me. I really just still consider myself being blessed. You're gonna go through something. A lot of people go through a lot worse for a lot less. That's my mentality. That's my motto. When I feel like I'm having a bad day at work, a lot of people go through a lot more and get paid a lot less. Some people have jobs they hate, and we don't want them to, they don't want to go there. Mark, can't let other people control your emotions and reactions. Ironically, this is Marquis. I know you ain't talking, but okay. You right. You right. But you can't let people control you. You're right, because when they do that, they have the control over you. You are so right. Yeah, it definitely was something, man. And I was heated. I was Mark seen me before get mad. I was to the point where I'm quiet and my legs just shaking. I have to work off that energy because that adrenaline gets to run through you. But I'm in where I'm at, and I don't even know where he's at. I didn't ask. But it wouldn't have been right anyway. But we'll have a conversation about it. We still have we'll have a meeting. I said this is a test, and until you're able to pass this test, learn from lesson, you'll continue being tested. That's exactly what she said. She said you'll continue being tested. This is what my said. She said to me, I said, this is a test, and until you're able to pass the test, learn from the lesson, you'll continue being tested in the exact same way. I'll just present it in a different way. Emotional intelligence is a key in every situation. It is, and that's true. It is. And I handled it the best way I knew how. I didn't get, to me, I passed to a certain degree, even though he had me feeling some type of way. I didn't go there with him. I got off the phone in a professional way. I didn't curse him out. I didn't invite him to throw hands or none of that. I got off the phone in a professional way. So in some ways I feel like I passed. Now, I ain't saying I got an A. I might have got a B, B minus somewhere in there, which I could have got an F because I could have told him a lot of things to start with F. But I got maybe a B because when I felt myself going there, one, I brought my voice down, and when he brought his voice up, what I'm saying, I kind of asked him to bring his voice down, and we both stayed at that same that same tone. But you could tell neither one of us was happy with the other person. So I'm not gonna say I failed. I'm gonna say I didn't. I, it's not that I handled it bad. It's the fact that I let him. Hey T. It's the fact that I let him get under my skin. Period. That's what I didn't like. After the fact, when I woke up today, because when I went to bed, I was still upset. I still was wanting to see dude. But yeah, so like I said, it's a lot, and but I still thank God. I'm still grateful. I still appreciate him for all he's doing. Like I said, it's yeah. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But yeah, I thank God for everything. Y'all, don't forget, please share this out. Please share this out, y'all. The beginning was kind of bad because me and my wife was trying to get on, and my wife was trying to get on because I enjoy being on here with my wife because we can bounce off each other when it's just me. But I appreciate y'all interacting tonight. I thank y'all for that because then I feel like I'm not just talking to myself. Sometimes I get on here and I'm just talking to myself, but I'm gonna show up, even if it's just me. I'm gonna show up. But yeah, y'all, that's really what's been going on with me. I feel like I'm at that stage in my life when it's time for me to do something different and do more and be more control of in more control of my destiny. I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to retire. It's not even about retiring. I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to start living the life that I want to live. Which I don't even know if 65 is gonna be the retirement age. I ain't. It's crazy. I ain't got number 15 more years, but by the time I get to 65, it might be 80. I don't know, but I don't want to wait that long to get to that point where I can control what I do with my life. I want to be able to. I pray to God that we are able to provide a lifestyle that we want to live comfortable. I've never wanted to be famous, but God has put me in the front more so. But definitely want to be. I want to be more than comfortable. I want to have. I'm gonna have generational wealth. It's gonna happen. It's destined. It's always been something brewing in me for years, and I didn't know what it was. And I thank for one my wife for instilling in me to search that what's in deep down in me that's nagging at me to bring it to surface to birth it. Um, because I probably just kept suppressing it. So, baby, I thank you for that. I always knew I was different, but I just didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. And for the people out here, it's dolls in the background, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, for people that's going through something who feel like they still have a purpose or they're not living their purpose or they wanted to live their purpose, keep praying. Keep praying. Keep asking God. Keep showing up. But sometimes we have our purpose. We just don't think it's our gift. Our gift and our purpose can be the same thing or it can be different, but we may not think so because it may come so natural to us. You know what I'm saying? I can get along with people. I get along with just about anybody. You know what I'm saying? If I want to, if I really want to, I can get along with just about anybody. I can talk to anybody. I don't care your race, color, creed, your status, any of that. I can, and I realize that is a gift. A lot of people can't talk to anybody. A lot of people can't get along with anybody, with everybody. Now, there's some people that I can get along with. I don't want to. Simple as that. I don't want to. I don't want to be around this person. This person, then it's not the person I want to be in my space and my energy. So I don't. But if I want to, I probably could. But everybody don't like you either. And everybody don't like me. But if I really want to, I can get along with just about anybody. And I found part of this in my gift, and I'm here to serve. I'm here to be of service. That's what we all here to be of service. But how can you be of service? How can God use you to serve others? and make and make a living off of it and to create generational wealth. Have that prayer, have that conversation, talk to him. Sometimes it's hard to hear him, but if you ask him to, make his self known, be ready when he do now. It ain't always easy, it ain't always comfortable, but just have that conversation with him and see what happens. I one thing I said, I remember when I first started this job, I keep talking about this job. I was working somewhere else and my aunt Lena and my cousin Dara, they was all like, "What is this and what is that?" They were like, "What's gonna happen? You go way out there?" Because I had to go to California, and I said, to be honest, y'all, I don't know what's gonna happen if I go, but I know exactly what's gonna happen if I stay. It was gonna be the same old, same old. I knew that for a fact. I stepped out in the unknown. I stepped on faith. I had no idea what was gonna happen when I left my house in 2018. I left in January, around the beginning of January in 2018 and my wife and Cam took me to the airport, and I got on that plane, scared, afraid, didn't know what was gonna happen. Cam upset. That was my dude. I'm leaving. I don't exactly know when I'm gonna be back. I got these two suitcases. I got like 7, 8 pairs of shoes, so many clothes. I didn't realize when you I at first I thought I was gonna be working in Cali. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I had never been on the West Coast. Um, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. I got to the place. I can't go into details because we do have proprietary and end up NDAs and all that. But I got to the place and they started talking about this job. I'm in this classroom. I gotta get certified. I gotta learn this. I gotta learn that. I'm not a good classroom person. I'm more hands on. So I still didn't know nothing. Then all of a sudden, they told me I had to go from there. Now, mind you, I left on, I say June 5th. So say June 5th was on a Sunday. I got to Cali Sunday night. I caught like 2 or 3 flights. They had us the worst tickets ever. I had middle seats, just the worst. But anyway, I got to Cali. I stayed in Cali 2 days and then flew back to Texas. So I started in North Carolina, flew to California, well, did a couple stops, flew to Cali, stayed there for 2 days, and flew back to Texas. I didn't know what jet lag was until then. I was exhausted. Got a text from this random person telling me, "Welcome to the team, blah, blah, blah. You're expected to be at work at this time in the morning, report to the lobby. Didn't see the man. This is him just texting me out the blue. Jet lag, just got off the plane, got there real late at night to Texas, me and my homeboy Lloyd, and got there late at night, showed up for work, didn't know what to expect. Then we start working, it was raining, couldn't work, won't make no money. I'm like, I messed up because the job I had, they don't rehire. I'm like, I messed up. But God made a way. He made a way. Then summertime hit, the hours start picking up because it was the weather was better, and it was on after that. And I've been here ever since. But and another thing too, that job I was at before this, I was in you had sales and you had it wasn't called operations, but let's just say it was sales and operations. I worked at a car lot. You had sales and you had operations. It wasn't called operations, whatever the name of it was on the other side. When I left, one reason I left is because they started doing cutbacks. So they demoted me and they cut my pay and they gave me more work. It was two of us doing the job. At first they said, well, we're gonna leave you in the as the head guy and we're gonna hire you an assistant. Then they said, well, we ain't gonna hire you an assistant. Then all of a sudden they said, oh, we're gonna make you the assistant pay, but you still gotta do the same job. And I had to suck it up. I had to take it. My wife, she told me to quit, but I was like, no, I can't make an emotional decision. That was one time I felt like the bottom of the bottom because I got my pay cut $3 an hour. I got demoted and all this, and they didn't give me time to think about. We got to know your answer now. And I took the job because it was better to have a job than no job. But through that, I learned about this job. But my point is, if I hadn't have took that job, they when I left, they hired somebody else to do my job, but they did away with operations. So now, make a long story short, if I hadn't left for this job, I still wouldn't be at the car lot because they did away with my whole department. It's just sales. So a lot of times God will make you move because He knows what's coming up, and you trying to hold on to this piece of a job that you so scared to let go of. But He was like, you ain't gonna have this job either way. So you can leave the way I want you to leave, or you can leave the other way. And I'm just glad I listened. He everything lined up, and I listened, and I left, and that's been it since 2018. It's 2026, so going on what 10 years? I mean 8 years. It's definitely been a journey, but I feel like my journey with this is coming to an end. It's time me to do something else. I just have to still make it happen and be disciplined and committed enough to this to make this work where I can make money and support myself and have a income and you know and still be happy. My happiness should count. So I know I said a lot, y'all. I know I went all over the world. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Um, Chopping up waffles is just it's like I said, it's just beginning. It's just a stepping stone. So, be ready to just keep stepping with us. You know what I'm saying? Like Kay say, be a stepper. Like my brother-in-law say, be a stepper. You know what I'm saying? Guys can just be ready to step with us. And thank y'all for rocking with me tonight on this live. Once again, share the replay, hashtag replay. Please forgive me for the technical difficulties trying to bring my wife on. But I like doing it I like having this conversation with me and her, and she has a different perspective, and that's one thing that really helps us mesh because we do think different and it balances us out. So anyway, yeah, stay tuned to the new season, Chopping Up with the Waffles, the live taping. Coach Ribbit, I would love for you to come out to a taping of Chopping Up with the Waffles. I would love for that, Coach. So if you're still on here, I will hit you directly, let you know when the next taping is. I would love for that to happen. And everybody, it's free. It's absolutely free. You might want to come now while it's still free, though. This is what I'm doing. It's not gonna always be free. I'm just gonna keep it that way. I'm just leaving it that way for now. Until God tell me your charge. I'm gonna say it like that. But yeah, so hashtag replay, send me stars, you know what I'm saying? Share the video, like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chopping Up the Wofford's, you know what I'm saying? Our personal channel, Travis Wofford, Dr. LaShonda Wofford. She has two, she fancy like that. Uh but yeah, so go to Chopping Up with Wofford's page if you haven't already, to the Facebook page, like it, share the page out, send it to your friends, get them to like it. Let's make it happen. Let's grow. Let's support one another. If you got something, send it to me. I'll share it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times ain't nothing but a share button. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the just hit the subscribe button. Watch some of the videos. you working out, you driving, watch some interviews. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it up. Let's make it happen. Anyway, y'all be easy. Y'all be blessed. Good night.